Brand new for 2020, we have the PSR-E-373 from Yamaha. It's the second price point in their PSRE series. An amazing instrument, a lot of cool new features on this from the upgraded 363. You ready, Ted?
I'm ready.
Let's check it out.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
And I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, like our videos, leave us comments, sign up for notifications. We really appreciate the support, and we love to interact with you guys out in the community. Ted, I know this is one of our favorites because it's always interesting to see what a company like Yamaha does for their entry line instruments.
Affordable line. It's really neat to see some of the higher grade sounds starting to get down.
They trickle down. And Yamaha's no stranger to an entry price point that says, hey, we're Yamaha, we're this giant company, we make $200,000 pianos, but all the way coming down to sub $200, and they say, hey, we want a gift, we want an instrument for the beginner, for that person who've always wanted to play, and we want it to sound good, we want it to feel good.
Some of these features that were listed on here, when I looked at the new features, I started thinking it sounds like Yamaha put stuff that consumers or people were saying, hey, how come this old keyboard doesn't do this, or how come I can't do that? Could you make it like this? And some of the things they put in here are, besides the upgraded sounds and some new rhythm patterns, is it's always been touch sensitive, but now they've increased the sensitivity on the thing, and it's really responsive with the sound modules. But they also put this articulation device in there that'll let you play solo instruments that are like non-pianos or keyboards or organs, almost like it gives you more control over the articulation of the instrument. I think that's what they call it, an articulation sweetener or something like that.
Yeah, well, the way I had understood it too was they know that these keyboards are going to be perfect for children, kids under the age of 5, even as young as 2 sometimes. And a lot of the times it's hard to like get the dynamic range, and so if they can get the sensitivity down where you can be a little bit more dynamic with it when you have a softer touch because you're small. I know a lot of kids lead with the fist sometimes when they're playing instruments, but being able to kind of articulate and learn the differences and kind of the importance of touch sensitivity.
Well, yeah, it's very important because articulation is the main thing in controlling the rhythm without a drummer or a bass player or anything else, but this has all the accompaniment in it as well. And then it also has the single finger chording that you can do. But
yeah, smart chord.
Yeah, and I was amazed. They actually have an arpeggiator in this. This might be one of the least expensive keyboards with a built-in arpeggiator, which used to be an extremely, 25, 30 years ago, that was a very expensive feature to have on keyboard.
And so explain that for the people who, I know this is a beginner entry instrument, and so a lot of times people are here looking for information on how it works and all that. But that arpeggiator, how does that work?
Well, you hold down a chord that's got, say, four notes in it,
So
and then you
4 chords.
Yeah, and then you put 2 more here or down here. What an arpeggiator does, it runs up every single note back and forth, and it gives you some kind of control. You can change it; it can go random.
And it's rhythm based too.
It's rhythm based, so you can control the speed and the tempo and all that kind of
stuff. So just a cool feature, especially for a learning musician. We see a lot of these go to first-time piano players, piano owners, keyboard owners, and they take this and they're getting ready for either taking lessons, and I know nowadays in 2020 we're looking at online lessons a lot of the time, but also that in-home lesson and how important it is for the touch to be sensitive.
Right, and there's built-in lessons on here too that take advantage of that. There's a lesson feature on here. But this keyboard is probably destined to be one that is going to replace the old one, which means a lot of keyboard introduction piano classes are started on this type of keyboard by young ones. I mean, that's kind of how they teach the class piano. This is about what you get in a class piano, and for little kids at school.
So 61 keys.
61 keys.
And they're touch sensitive. I think that's a big thing that kind of separates it from the 273.
It's a huge thing, and that actually comes not just from a school for young children at the university level. This past few months ago, if you remember right, we had keyboards very similar to this from Yamaha in place, and the only problem I had was There's no touch sensitive.
Yeah, they were trying to get the most affordable, which is Yamaha has the 273 at their most affordable price point. But just there's a small upgrade. I mean, $50. Not a cheap upgrade, but it is something where you're spending a little bit more, but they're trying to give you as much as they can in that package and that touch
And
sensitivity.
it does fit the if it has the touch sensitivity that fits class piano requirements at a collegiate level for introduction to piano or even music students first class.
And so we did want to go over that they're spring-loaded keys, so they're not weighted
Correct.
action. So if you are looking for weighted action, I would look at the Yamaha P series, Kawai ES series, Roland FP series. Those are the kind of, if you're looking for that 88 full weighted keys, those would be a better fit for you. This is going to be spring-loaded, definitely for a beginner, or if you need something super lightweight to take with you. We see bands take these on the road sometimes. If you need something that's very portable, this kind of gets the job done. You have 2 speakers. It can project through here. It also has a headphone jack where you can put in headphones and be playing with that. Doesn't come with, you've got to make sure you're buying the right package to make sure the accessories are there. So like the power adapter, a lot of the times you'll see some variation in pricing. Usually the variation is going to be it came with a power adapter. It does have batteries.
Music desk as well, too.
Yeah, it has a music desk that comes with it so you can rest your sheet music on there. It won't come with a stand, so make sure you're looking for stand options. And then what's really nice, it highlights where you're playing on the piano. And so they added about 200 voices, about 50 more presets when it comes to the rhythms, and so we're going to check out some of these, the voices. We're going to check out the songs, the styles. So they added styles too. And what styles do is when you're holding down a note in the bass section, you can play a melody along. So really kind of an interactive instrument. Digital pianos are pretty cool like that, where you can kind of learn a lot about music all in the form of a piano.
Chord structures, everything, even from 1-finger to 2-3-finger chord structures, and put your little music song performances together.
So we'll play it here for you guys. Let us know what you think it sounds like. It's an incredible instrument from Yamaha, the PSR-E373. Let's take a listen, Ted. Well, Ted, it sounded great from the room, but what did you think playing it?
Initially, I really liked it. I liked the new sounds. The keyboard sounds, that grand piano sound has a lot of depth to it. It is a new sample for here, as well as that Rhodes that I highlighted.
Yeah.
And then also they have a jazz organ with a faster rotary in it.
Okay.
And then and I've really liked fooling around with the articulation and the touch sensitivity.
Yeah.
Especially on the solo instruments. And then I also just briefly messed with the arpeggiator a little bit so people can kind of get a better description than just words. It's the minute you hear it, you know what it does.
Yeah, and it's what was interesting is we saw that it had that touch tutor on there.
Right.
And so the touch tutor, what it's going to do is it's using that art button. When you turn on the articulation button, it will kind of teach a child or a young player how to use that dynamic touch and really kind of learn the importance of being able to feel out the melody.
Different sensitivities.
And so I think that's very important. It kind of highlights the importance of when you move further down and you're playing a grand piano, or if you're playing an upright piano or a more expensive digital piano, that like dynamic touch really comes into playing.
You know, you can go all the way up to the concert level pianist that's playing, and his coach, tutor, or his or her coach or tutor, after even the best performance in the world, they're going to talk about sensitivity and touch and how it relates to tone.
Well, it's how you highlight the melody, highlight.
Always lessons in touch.
And so just really a cool feature on Yamaha's part to introduce that at such a young level, because a lot of times it's been hard with the limits of technology, but they're able to kind of pour that in. I also did want to highlight, if you are looking for a little bit more advanced with this instrument, there's a USB to host, which is basically turns this into a MIDI controller, where you can use this with music software, notation software. If you're someone who needs a little small keyboard in your home studio, or if you need it for your office where you write music. I've seen worship leaders and I've seen professors use things like this to write down ideas real quick as a MIDI controller. Again, the touch keys, if you're looking for something more weighted, you might want to look at some other MIDI controllers, but this does have that capability. But really just a solid product from Yamaha. There's rhythms. There's a whole bunch of cool things that I think bring kids in, bring learners into music, and they say, this is drums, this is strings, this is saxophone. These are all these different sounds. and it's all compact in one, easy to carry, easy to put in someone's bedroom, easy to put out in the living room, move it around, take it wherever you want. Does have batteries that you can, or it has the capability to just be battery powered.
Portable keyboard.
And so it's portable, and it's the Yamaha PSR-E373. We're gonna compare this to some other products farther down the line, so be sure to check out those videos when they do come out. Ted, thank you for playing.
Oh, you're welcome. It's fun.
And I'm Patrick. We're with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas, and you can go find us online at alamomusic.com, where we have more products and more information on products like this PSR. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels. We have this one, we have a guitar one, and we have a synthesizer one if those interest you. We try to bring you guys great content, and we really appreciate any support that you guys give us, and any feedback is welcomed. Please leave us comments and let us know how we can help you. Thanks for watching.